Normal Park third graders, welcome to Tuesday's math lesson. Today is going to be our final lesson on patterns, okay? So what I want you to do right now is I want you to take some private reasoning time and I want you to think about what is this thing that Miss Huter is showing you today. Okay, you may have seen one of these in second grade and then you may not have. But I hope that you noticed something right here in the top corner. This is a plus sign, which means that this is going to be an addition chart. We can use this chart to help us find and solve addition facts. So if I wanted to know what 1 plus 1 is, I would take my fingers on the two ones and I would slide them down and I would see 1 plus 1 equals, yes, 2. But if I wanted to know what 3 plus 1 is, I would take them and I would slide my fingers across until it meets together and I see a 4. So 3 plus 1 equals 4. So today our focus is going to be looking at this addition chart, and we're going to see and notice patterns on an addition chart. So our learning target is finding patterns on an addition table or addition chart. Okay? So I want you to take a minute and I want you to even touch the screen and see if you can find the answer to 3 plus 2. Use your fingers and slide them on the screen to find the answer to 3 plus 2. I know you know the answer, but I want you to see if you know how to use it on the addition chart. Okay, I hope that you found the answer was 5. Okay, now I've put a larger example of an addition chart on here. This goes all the way, so I can find the answers to 9 plus 9. And if I slide them down, I see that my answer is 18. So I want you to take a look at this addition chart, and I want you to see if you can find anything that you notice. What are some things that you notice or patterns about this addition chart? Okay, great. I know that you found a lot of wonderful noticings and a lot of patterns, but I want to point out something right here. I have two blue numbers. I have a 7 and a 7. Are these blue numbers mirror images of each other? Okay, let's think about this for a second. So I have 5 plus 2 gives me 7. And here I have 5 and 2. So 5 plus 2 equals 7. And over here I could say 2 plus 5 equals 7. Okay? So my question is, are they mirror images? So if you think about a mirror, it means that they are in the same spot. Okay? So like it's reflecting back. So I want you to notice, see this dotted line right here? Okay, I'm going to take my paper and I'm actually going to fold it. I'm going to pause the video just for a second while I fold it, and I want you to see if you notice anything when I do that. Okay, so I have folded my paper and you can kind of see this here. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is how we see some mirror images. So here on the 4, if I am looking in the mirror on this side, I see a 4, and on the opposite side, I see a 4 also. If I go right here and I am looking at this 9, okay, so I'm going to start right here and I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is a 9 also. Okay? I want you to notice how as I hold this up, the addition table has mirror images. Why do you think there are mirror images on this addition table? Okay, so one thing that I want you to notice is that just like our 7s are mirror images, they can be found in the same location on the opposite side of the addition table. They're mirror images because 5 plus 2 is 7, and if I flip-flop that equation and say 2 first, 2 plus 5 equals 7, I get the same answer. So one thing that might be new is that the addition table has what we call commutative facts, which means that they can be said in two ways and you get the same answers, okay? So I want you to take out your bombs really quickly. So find your bomb, and we're going to open up to the next blank page in patterns. So I found my next blank page in my pattern section, and I'm going to write this, commutative property. If you need to pause the video, you may do so to write commutative property. An example of the commutative property is with our sevens. We can say 2 plus 5 equals 7, or we can flip-flop that around. I like to think of it like a spatula or flipping burgers, where 5 plus 2 equals 7. So one pattern that we find on the addition table is that we have numbers that are commutative, that we can flip the equation around, they can move places, and we still get the same answer. So here I have done a little shading on my addition table. So here you notice that there is the line that I folded. The yellow line, or the yellow squares, is where I folded to make my mirror images. And then I colored the numbers that are the same. So you notice that on each side of the yellow lines there is orange. These are mirror images of the same number, or the same facts. Okay? So I just wanted to show you this to show you how the addition table represents the commutative property. Okay, so for our next problem, we're going to look at it and see if we can find another pattern on this addition table. This time I have not colored anything, but I want us to take a look right here. So here I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when I'm thinking about my numbers and looking at patterns, I notice that 2, is it even or odd? Yes, it's even. 3, odd. 4, even. 5, odd. 6, even. And my question is, does that happen in each row of the addition table? Shout out your answer, yes or no. The answer is yes. In each row of our addition pattern, or addition table, we see that the numbers alternate from even and odd numbers. I want you to think about why. Why do these numbers alternate between even and odd numbers? This one's kind of hard. You may have kind of gotten stumped on this one. That's okay. But when I look here, when I go from 2 to 3, I am always adding one more. When I go from 3 to 4, I'm adding one more. So here I have an odd number 3, an odd number 1, and odd numbers gives me an even number. Then I have 4, and I'm going to add one more. So 4, is it even or odd? Good, it's even. So I have an even number, and I'm adding an odd number, which gives me 5, which is an odd number. Then I have 5 and one more, which makes 6. Okay? So now we're going to do this in our book of math. So you have already written commutative property. So now we're going to write this. So here we started with 2. 2 plus 1 equals, sorry, you can't see that. 2 plus 1 equals 3. Okay, so is 2 an even or odd number? It's even, good. So is 1 an odd or even number? It's odd. And it gives me 3. So is 3 an even or an odd number? Yes, it's odd. Okay? Now let's look at this one. We did 3 plus 1. And we said that equals 4. So here we have 3, which is odd. If you're not writing this in your bomb, I want you to go ahead and do that. And 1 is odd. And this gives me an even number. I'm going to pause just for a second so you can catch up if you have not written that down. So an even number plus an odd number equals an odd number. And an odd plus an odd equals an even. But here's a question I have, and we didn't talk about this, but here's a question. What happens if I have an even number and an even number? What would I get, an odd or an even? Try some in your math notebook, in your BOM, and see what you think. If I have two even numbers, would my number be even or would it be odd? Okay, let's try an example. Let's do 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2 equals 6, so that would be even. I wonder if it's always true. What if I try it with 10, which is an even number, plus 4, which is an even number? So 10 plus 4 equals, yes, 14. So these are big understandings today, right here, that we have some patterns on our addition table. We have numbers that when we add them together with even and odd, we get odd. If we have odd and odd, we get an even number. And if we have even plus even, we get an even number, okay? So these are some patterns that we have seen. We've seen several today. In just a minute, you're going to click on an exit ticket that's going to check for your understandings. So make sure you have this written down in your BOM. Go back and look over it. Again, if you are not sure about today's learning target, because you're going to have to be able to answer the question about what are some patterns that we find on the addition table. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow with a brand new topic.